Welcome back, Independence Mustang Wrestling fans. We are at the Sectional Wrestling Tournament here in West Delaware, and we are starting the final round of matches. In this final round, we will go weight class by weight class. So on one mat will be the first and second place matches, the final championship matches, and on a second mat, we'll have the third and fourth place matches going at the exact same time. And the reason why we do that is so that we can work out the true second scenario. So if we have a wrestler, the wrestler that places second, if the person that gets third has not wrestled him yet, they have to square off in later round to determine who the true second place winner is. So that's where we're at right now, and that's what we're hoping that Holden Griffith here at 106, getting ready to go. Got 106-pound wrestlers out on the mats right now, waiting for the referees to go ahead and hit start. Well, actually, we're waiting for people to get on the tables and get going with that. So finalists at 106 pounds is Grant Hager of Dyersville-Beckman and Ryan Phillips of West Delaware. Phillips won by fall over Holden Griffith in the semifinal round match. In wrestling for third and fourth place is Holden Griffith of Independence, and Holden is wrestling Sam Platt of Denver Tripola. Platt, 23 and 21 on the season. He's a freshman. And as I said, Holden Griffith, 23 and 19 on the season. He's a freshman as well. And Holden Griffith with the first takedown, picks up 2. So let's see what Holden can come up with. Holden's got a cradle staring at him in the face. Could have gone to it, but after that 2-point takedown. But Holden Griffith ahead 2-0 here, beginning of the first period. Welcome back to sectional wrestling at West Delaware High School. Independence is in control right now of the team score as well. Team score right now, Independence in first place with 180 team points. Denver Tripola in second with 165.5, and West Delaware in third with 135. Dyersville-Beckman in fourth with 120. So Holden Griffith on the mat right now. 1 minute left in the first period. Picked up the first takedown. Waiting for the finals match on the far mat to get started. I'm not sure what the delay is over there. Holden Griffith, 47 seconds left in the first period. In the top position. Just needs to settle in here. And gives up the escape. So 2-1 score right now. Holden Griffith ahead, 2-1. Both wrestlers are up on their feet. 28 seconds left in the first period. Denver Tripola with a shot. Griffith able to fight that off. He's in a front headlock position. Trying to go head in the hole, burying that head in the side. But then Denver Tripola lifts his arm up. Holden Griffith's going to come out of the scramble with a takedown and back points. And that should end up being a 5-point move. But boy, Holden's got some wrestling left this season. But I would say in the off season, he's got to polish up some of that technique, because he turned that was a clear offensive situation there that was totally in his favor, and just kind of scrapped it out there. Didn't need to turn that into a scramble like it did. So encourage him to, like I said, polish things up in the off season. He's ahead 7-1 though with that 5-point move. So keeps coming out in the top position. So that scrambling ability is a really important skill in wrestling. But boy, I'll take good technique anytime. And he goes body over under with his opponent and gets the hip toss. You got to make sure get his hips away from the body, and make sure he doesn't get rolled through. And there's a fall for Holden Griffith. 9-1 with the takedown and a fall. So Holden Griffith is going to finish third, and we just got to wait and see how things shake out over on the far mat. We've got Grant Hager of Dyersville-Beckman and Ryan Phillips of West Delaware on the mat over there. should Phillips pull off the upset over Hager. Hager's the #1 seed from Dyersville-Beckman. If Phillips pulls off the upset, Hager would finish in second temporarily, and Griffith would get an opportunity to wrestle him for that true second. And it's all tied up now with West Delaware getting the reversal. And West Delaware with the cradle. He's up over, almost had the cradle. And ends up not Benton Community, Dyersville-Beckman gets the escape, and he's right in on the takedown as well as they're wrapping up the first period of wrestling over there at 106. So the match I'm watching right now, the finals at 106, and we're paying attention because if Ryan Phillips of West Delaware can pick up a win, that's going to give new life to Holden Griffith. He'll get an opportunity to wrestle the opponent from Dyersville-Beckman. So team score-wise, Independence will pick up a few more points team score-wise with the win by Holden Griffith, so that's good. And that was a win over Denver Tripola, so that's going to just open up the gap a little bit further. Denver Tripola will end up finishing 4th at 106. And like I said, we still got a little crack in the door to maybe get an opportunity to wrestle in a true second place match. But Dyersville-Beckman picks up a reversal in the second period and goes ahead 4-2. We need West Delaware to win this match. We don't say that very often, but we need West Delaware to pick up a win here to give Holden Griffith a little bit of life. Maybe get an opportunity to wrestle one more match here at the sectional tournament. Team score still at Independence 180 and Denver Tripola at 165.5. We'll see when that updates. We have Griffith's match in there, so I'd imagine that should update here shortly. Now we got some blood time over there. So Holden Griffiths will finish at a minimum, finish 3rd place. At 113, Jarrett Orr is in the finals, and he's wrestling Riley Wright of Denver Tripola. Wright winning by fall in his semifinal match, and Orr doing the same in his semifinal match. At 120 pounds, Colin Fischels will be wrestling Noah Scornia of Gladbrook-Rhinebeck, Grundy Center, North Tama. Scornia 17-22 on the season. He's a junior. And Colin Fischels a senior at 18-21. At 126, Jacob Wolf, senior, 27-18. He'll be wrestling Jordan Roush of West Delaware. And Jordan Roush 6-27, a junior for West Delaware. And I know that Jacob Wolf had a fall over him just a few weeks back at the dual meet in Independence. Tanner Erickson Dale wrestling for 3rd and 4th place at 132. Looks like Dyersville-Beckman, Dyersville-Beckman was going for a chicken wing, and now kind of turned into a little bit of a scramble. Thought West Delaware was going to come out on top of that, but I think Beckman has things back under control again. At 132, Tanner Erickson Dale, he'll be wrestling Neil Finder of Denver Tripola. Finder 24-14 on the season. He's a senior. 138, Drew Davis, a finalist for Independence, 34-10, a senior. He'll be wrestling Caleb Wilson of Denver Tripola. Wilson, a sophomore, 38-8 on the season. So you can kind of tell we got a lot of Independence and Denver Tripola matches coming up. In this final round of wrestling. Independence team score right now with Holden Griffith's match now entered in. Independence at 185, Denver Tripola in second at 165.5. So we'd like to see that gap opening up. But with all these head-to-head matches coming up here shortly between Denver and West Delaware's got a headlock. He's going to get a 5-point move. Tied up over there, 3rd period, 1:30 left. Like I said, if West Delaware, he just can't get back points on this headlock. It's not a very good headlock. He got the reversal, but he's not going to get back points. So there should be a fall. Oh, the referee hasn't awarded the back point, so West Delaware might end up winning this thing. I think he's got 3 in his hand over there. This is going to give life to Holden Griffith. West Delaware just has to sit here for a minute. Oh, and he gets rolled through. The last thing you want to do is get rolled through in a headlock, and he gets rolled through but comes out on top. West Delaware ahead 7-4. If West Delaware can win this match at 106, Holden Griffith is going to get this opportunity to have a true second match at 106. I'm telling you, West Delaware, all he had to do was sit in that headlock. Had it at 1.5 minutes. He just had to sit there for 1.5 minutes, and he let his hips get close to his opponent, and his opponent was able to roll him through. And he's still in control, 17 seconds left. I think we're going to have a true second match. And I like our chances here. Holden Griffith, I mean, we've beaten West Delaware before. Now West Delaware gets a 7-4 win. So West Delaware at 106. Phillips is going to be the champion. And so Hoger or Hager, however you pronounce it, of Dyersville-Beckman. There's going to be a true second place match between Hager of Dyersville-Beckman and Holden Griffith. So Holden Griffith, he's got new life. Got new life. So here we go at 113. Jared Orr on the mat right now against Riley Wright. Riley Wright ranked in the state at number 4, ranked number 4 at this weight class at 113. So Jarrett's got his hands full in this match. But Jarrett's been in this position before, so he knows how to go against tough opponents. He's been here all season. So Riley Wright of Denver Tripola in on the single leg and picks up the first 2. So Denver Tripola goes ahead 2-0 here at 113 against Jarrett Orr. So we kind of have the same thing. This is kind of the excitement of the final round of wrestling at a sectional and district tournament. Is just because you're in the finals doesn't mean your day is over. So Jarrett Orr wrestling for first and second. Should he lose this, we're going to keep an eye on Waterloo Columbus, and we're going to hope that Columbus picks up the win on the mat closest to me here in the gymnasium. So been a pretty smooth day so far here at West Delaware. Hopefully things keep moving right along. Jared Orr behind 2-0 after giving up the first takedown. Minute 8 left in the first period. Orr fighting off a chicken wing, and don't like it when he's fighting it off of that side. He's got his right arm, has been in kind of a shoulder brace all season, and his opponent has the wing hooked up on that side. So this is not the time we want to ding that shoulder up any more than it already is. So hopefully he can keep the pressure off of that shoulder. 40 seconds left in the first period. Denver Tripola still not able to make the offense happen out of that chicken wing over on the right-hand side. Waterloo Columbus, once again, we kind of want him to pull out a win. That way Jarrett Orr will officially finish second place if Columbus does win. Columbus is ahead in that match 2-0, and he's got a double chicken wing hooked up on his opponent, so should be able to finish that off. Jared Orr 2-0 as the first period wraps up. Did a good job fighting out of that bottom position. Kind of was giving up there's a fall for Waterloo Columbus. So Schmitz of Waterloo Columbus is going to finish third, and that means that Jarrett Orr will, at a minimum, place second and will be a district qualifier. Not quite to state qualifying yet. Sorry to get anybody excited there. Jarrett Orr on the mat starts the second period in the top position. Ankle pick, tries to drive his opponent forward, but Boy, Wright did a good job. Ends up turning that into a reversal. So Riley Wright, Denver Trappola ahead 4-0 right now over Jarrett Orr. And as I mentioned, Wright is ranked number 4 in the state at 113 pounds in Class 2A. So a pretty solid opponent here for Jarrett Orr. Wright's got the leg in right now. Orr's having a tough time. Jarrett's having a tough time getting his base built back up again. Being fairly cautious in that. Oh, we got that power half with that shoulder that's already hurt a little bit. Don't want him on that side. Wright's been working everything from that side, and we really don't want him over there. Not many people work on that actually right side of the body with half Nelsons and wings. And Riley Wright of Denver Trappola has done everything on that side, and that's exactly where we don't want him. We don't want him on that shoulder for Jarrett Orr. So Wright picks up a three-point near fall as they go out of bounds. So 7-0 is the score right now. 51 seconds left in the second period. And 45 seconds left in the second period. So 7-0 score. Riley Wright, Denver Trappola, he's 39-3 on the season and ranked number 4. And there's that power half with the legs in, and that's Jarrett's bad shoulder, and we just don't want it to be there. And Wright has Orr turned over to his back. He's going to get some more back points, but Orr does a good job. Well, I thought he had the roll through. Now he has it all the way through. Now he's in a position he could get a reversal if he gets his hips up, but not able to do so. 13 seconds left in the second period. 3 more points coming for Wright of Denver Trappola, 10-0. And we got some blood time, it looks like. Yeah, 7 seconds left in the second period. And we got to deal with a little bit of blood time on the mat. So 10-0, once again, 10-0 Riley Wright of Denver Trappola over Jarrett Orr right now. But Jarrett Orr is going to be a district qualifier based on the third place win by Colin Schmitz of Waterloo Columbus. So Independence has its first district qualifier for the day, regardless of how this match ends up for Jarrett Orr. Holden Griffith is going to get an opportunity back at 106. He's going to get an opportunity to wrestle in a true second place match, so that'll be exciting coming back later today. At the end of this round, they will wrestle maybe one or two 5th and 6th place matches. I can only think of one 5th and 6th place match, and then they'll go right into the true second matches. So that's exciting for Holden Griffith, and exciting that we get a chance to be a part of that, because that's always a fun thing to see. Okay, wrestlers started on their feet in the third period. Jarrett Orr went up on their feet and gives up the takedown. So 12-0 score. Jarrett Orr down right now here with 1:30 left in the third period. Team score: Independence at 185, Denver Trappola at 165.5. And this is an example where Denver Trappola is gonna pick up a little ground here. They'll pick up 4 more points. 5 more points now with the major decision, so they're going to close the gap a little bit on Independence, the way things are shaking out against Jarrett Orr, Riley Wright, and Jarrett Orr right now on the mat. Now Wright with 2 legs in. Take it back, just a leg in over on the left-hand side, and Jarrett Orr doesn't want to do a whole lot of movement on the bottom, because every time he moves, he's getting a Wright from Denver Trappola is trying to separate his arm from his body, so Wright's kind of in that top position doing that, kind of looking at the referee like, what's he going to do in the bottom? But tell you what, 30 seconds left. Jarrett just needs to do his best to keep moving here, and like I said, keep that right shoulder protected if he can. Down to 20 seconds left now in the third period. And Wright's doing a good job with the legs in the top position. You can tell he's pretty skilled in that, and that's how Match is gonna wrap up, I think. Oh, there might be a couple back points coming right at the very end. And 2 more. So it's a 14-0 loss. But Jarrett Orr is going to be a district qualifier for Independence, placing second at 113 pounds. District champion Riley Wright of Denver Chipola at 113. Jarrett Orr, second place. And like I said, Denver's going to pick up gain a little ground team score wise with that match. They'll pick up 5 more points with that win and win by major decision. So close things down a little bit. We're at 185 to 165 and a half. So this team score, we're not done with this team race yet. All right, on the mat, 120. Colin Fischel's on the mat right now, wrestling for 3rd and 4th place. He's wrestling Noah Skornia of Gladbrook-Rhinebeck, and Fischel's, after almost giving up the takedown, gets on top with the takedown and has back points. Let's see if Colin Fischel's can finish this off here. There, he's up over the head, chest to chest, has a cradle now, inside cradle. There we go, got him knocked over again. Just needs to settle back into it a little bit, get everything tightened up. Get the head and the side, get everything tightened up. Runs it over this time. Boy, he had it there. This referee. There we go. There's a fall for Colin Fischels. So Fischels at the moment is going to end up finishing 3rd at the sectional tournament here at 120 pounds. But we'll see if the same fate awaits him. Maybe he'll get the opportunity. Maybe he'll get the opportunity to wrestle for a true second match. On the mat right now, we've got Schmitz of Waterloo Columbus and Reddig of Denver Chipola. They're tied up right now. Should Schmitz of Waterloo Columbus pick up a win over Redding, Fischels will have the opportunity to wrestle for a true second place match. All right, so we've got a 3rd place for sure locked up at 106 and the opportunity to wrestle for a true second at that weight class at 113. Jarrett Orr is going to be a district qualifier, placing 2nd at that weight class. Colin Fischels right now sitting in 3rd at 120, but we're going to wait and see how the 1st and 2nd place match settles out before we make the call on that. Tell you what, while that's happening, I'm going to see if I can pull up some other sectional sites. Let's see what's happening over at Decorah right now. Maybe we can make that happen. Maybe I'm just promising too much. So, over at Decorah, they're at 120 pounds as well. Connor Cleveland and Michael Millage. Cleveland and Millage are ranked number 3 and number 4, or number 2 and number 3. I can look that up real quick. 2 and 3, and Cleveland ahead 4-2 right now. Ooh, Waterloo Columbus just got in a scramble and thought he was going to throw the Denver Chipola wrestler to his back, but Denver Chipola comes out on top and is picking up back points as well. Over at Decorah, the teams that we will be pairing up with next weekend, next Saturday at the district tournament at Independence, New Hampton on top, team score-wise, with 178. Cresco in 2nd with 151.5. North Fayette Valley in 3rd with 129, and Olwine in 3rd, tie for 3 at 129 as well. So those are the people we'll be seeing next week. Boy, Waterloo Columbus just came out of a tight headlock. So he's going to be down 5-2 now. At 113, Noah Fye of New Hampton won by fall over Matt Howe of Waukon. So Jarrett Orr will be wrestling Noah Phi next weekend at Independence in the first round. We know that the winner at one district wrestles the runner-up at the other sectional. So Jarrett Orr wrestling Noah Phi, and yeah, Noah Phi is pretty good. He's ranked number 5 in the state. So at that district next week, you'll have number 4 ranked Riley Wright, who just beat Jarrett Orr, and you also have number 5 ranked Noah Phi of New Hampton. So that'll be a pretty tough district over there for Jarrett Orr to get through, but you never know. You never know. That's why we wrestle them. We don't go off of rankings. So somehow Waterloo Columbus survives that period after being on his back pretty tight a couple times. So at 106, the champion over at Decorah, the champion is Anderlich of Cresco, and the runner-up is Robinson of New Hampton. So should Holden Griffith win in his true second match, he would wrestle Anderlich of Cresco. Other teams over there, Decorah in 5th place with 123 points, and Waukon in 6th place at 89 points. So New Hampton winning. New Hampton winning at the other sectional over in Decorah right now. They're ranked third in the individual rankings in the state of Iowa. Cresco ranked number 7. Dual team rankings, Cresco and Independence in terms of dual teams. The last one I checked, they were all tied up. And it looks like at 120 pounds, Colin Fischels is going to finish 3rd. It'll be Schmitz of Waterloo Columbus 2nd, and Rettig of Denver Tripola, your sectional champion at 120 pounds. So at 126. 126 wrestling for 3rd and 4th now. We've got Jacob Wolf on the mat. Jacob Wolf is going to be wrestling Jordan Roush of West Delaware. Roush is 6-27 on the season, a junior, and Jacob Wolf 27-18, a senior. These two wrestled a few weeks back at the dual meet, and it was Wolf with a fall in that match. Wrestling for 1st and 2nd is Cale Kruger of Denver Tripola, and Kruger is wrestling Jake Recker of Dyersville Beckman. Recker 33-8, a sophomore. Kruger 22-2, a freshman. All right, Jacob Wolf up on his feet. 1:30 left in the first period. No points scored so far. Once again, Jacob Wolf wrestling for 3rd and 4th place here. And there's almost takedown. Trying to come around behind. There's two for Jacob Wolf. Gets the first points in this match. And Jacob Wolf with had the crossface all ready to go. Thought he was going to run that around for a cradle, but not quite. Dyersville Beckman and Denver Tripola on the far map. In a perfect world, we would like Dyersville Beckman to win this match. Jacob Wolf gets in a little bit of a scramble on the edge, but gets out of bounds. No points scored. Dyersville Beckman does pick up the first takedown, and he's got an inside cradle hooked up, but unfortunately they're near the edge of the mat, so any pressure he puts forward is going to take them right out of bounds, and that's what happens. Jacob Wolf still ahead 2-0, 43 seconds left in the first period. Jacob Wolf through the body, got the arm trapped, and he's got some back points coming. Picked the inside ankle, got the far arm, pushed it through. He's got his opponent on his back, 30 seconds left. He's going to get 3 back points. I'm not sure he can pick up the fall in this. He needs to actually pull his left arm out of there. Left arm's maybe stopping the shoulder from getting to the mat. Got to make an adjustment. There's a fall. So Jacob Wolf is going to place 3rd for sure. So win by fall for Jacob Wolf. He's going to finish like I said, at a minimum, he's going to finish third. You've got Dyersville Beckman on the far mat. He is ahead. He's a second seed, number 2 seed, but he's ahead of Cale Kruger right now, the number 1 seed. So, Wrecker of Dyersville Beckman. I see they have the abbreviation BCD on there, and I see BC, and I think Benton Community, so my apologies. Dyersville Beckman, and Dyersville Beckman ahead 3-0 with 22 seconds left in the first period. Now somehow Dyersville Beckman picked up an extra point there, and I didn't see. He got the takedown. I'm not sure where the 1 came from, but he's ahead 3-0, and that's exactly what we want. If Wrecker of Dyersville Beckman picks up a win here, that's going to give Jacob Wolf an opportunity to wrestle back for a true second, and Wrecker is ahead at the end of the third period, or end of the first period, 3-0. Okay, team score: Independence at 193 and Denver Tripola at 182.5. So both teams picking up a couple wins along the way. So Officials with the win at 120, and Jacob Wolf with the win also at 126. That helps us kind of keep the distance between us and Denver Tripola. It's going to be a close match over there. I guess maybe I shouldn't assume anything. You kind of assume with seeding wise that maybe Kruger had a leg up on Wrecker in some way, being a number 1 seed. Not many times they flip the coin for a number 1 seed, but maybe these two haven't seen each other at all, so it just came down to a coin flip, and Wrecker ended up number 2. Wrecker of Dyersville Beckman ahead 3-0 right now. Should Wrecker pick up this win, it'll be another match for Jacob Wolf, wrestling it for a true second against Kruger of Denver Tripola. We're here at 126 pounds. We're waiting for 132. At 132, it'll be Tanner Erickson Dale wrestling Neil Finder of Denver Tripola. Erickson Dale 29-21 and Finder 25-15. Boy, there's Dyersville Beckman with another takedown. He goes ahead 5-0. Boy, Jacob Wolf better get ready to go. He may have another match here today, wrestling in that true second situation. That'll be 2 of them for Independence, and that's always good. If anything, one more match in this season, one more match. Oh, now Denver Tripola's hurt. He's holding his shoulder. Oh, that's not good. And that's not just kind of hurt. That's... Boy, he's really hurting pretty good there. I don't know. He's going to go ahead and give it a go again, but oh, he just got pain on his face, and his left arm, he just doesn't even really want to move it. Doesn't even hardly want to put it on the mat. Oh, hope he's okay. They're going to get up and go at it again, and he gets a stand up and almost hits a standing switch. 5-0. Beckman's on top, 5-0. Boy, Denver Tripola almost picks up a reversal there, but in that scramble, Beckman comes back out on top. 8 seconds left in the second period. Beckman will get things back under control again, but boy, we got to pay attention to his shoulder. 2 seconds left. His shoulder was really hurting. Looks like he's shaking it out a little bit better here, heading into the third period. And once again, kind of paying attention to this match, because should Beckman end up winning this, that's going to give Jacob Wolf the opportunity to in that true second place match. Holden Griffith is going to get that at 106. Jarrett Orr is going to be a district qualifier, finishing second at 113. Colin Fischels will end up placing third at 120. And as it stands right now, Jacob Wolf is third at 126, but we're a minute 40 away from maybe giving Jacob Wolf an opportunity to wrestle in that true second match. Team score-wise, got a few more points tacked on for Independence after Jacob Wolf's wins. So Independence now at 198, Denver Trappola at 182.5. So that's anytime, even our guys wrestling for third and fourth, anytime they can win and pick up a fall, that helps us to keep pace with Denver Trappola. Still 5-0 score, a minute left in the third period. Denver Trappola in on a double leg. Denver's gotten in on the legs a couple times, but I think maybe that shoulder, he just doesn't have the horsepower to pull it in. I don't know if it's his shoulder or just not quite, doesn't have enough in the tank, but down to 38 seconds left in the third period, and it's Dyersville Beckman. Gonna lose a point, potentially dangerous, trying to go across the body to the shoulder and pick up some back points. And not sure what they're doing now. Just washing off his mouthpiece, it looks like. So 34 seconds left, 7-1. And it's Dyersville Beckman in the driver's seat right now. So Jacob Wolf sitting at third place. And let's just go ahead and get this match going again. I'm not sure what the Beckman coach went over to the table to ask a question. I don't know what the question was. That was pretty straightforward stuff there. Beckman wrestler, just the referee is holding people. This is like a dual meet last night, UNI and Iowa State. College wrestling, they've got to hold for a second. And boy, some referees, a second is really long, and other referees it's really short, and we just had a caution on Beckman. 23 seconds left now. Beckman in the top position, but they're scrambling right now. Beckman hanging on to a single leg, but with a 7-1 score, boy, this is going to be a win for the number 2 seed at 126. So it's going to be Jake Recker with the win for Dyersville Beckman, and that's going to put Cale Kruger of Denver Trappola into a true second match with Jacob Wolf of Independence. So Jacob Wolf, he's got life. He's got one more match today, as does Holden Griffith back at 106. So we got a couple true second matches at the end of the day now for Independence. So as it stands right now, Jacob Wolf is in third, but he's going to get a chance to wrestle again for that true second match. All right, on the mat right now at 132, we got Tanner Erickson-Dale. And Tanner Erickson-Dale wrestling Neil Finder of Denver Trappola. Finder 25-15, Erickson-Dale 29-21 on the season right now.
From Denver Trappola.
Independence team score wise, we're up 198 to 182. Denver Trappola in second place. So here we go, Tanner Erickson-Dale on the mat, and Finder of Denver Trappola. And this is another, we're going to have a lot of head-to-head matches with Denver Trappola, and I don't care what weight class we're at. All we got to do, anytime we can beat Denver Trappola at this point in the tournament, that's going to help separate us from Denver Trappola. Every single one of these matches definitely matters. Okay. Now at 132. 132, something happened there. Did we have an injury default? Feldman of Dyersville Beckman wins by injury default, so Tanner Erickson-Dale, if he wins this match, he's going to be in a true second place as well. So I'm going to be really curious to see what's up with this. If you're going to injury default out of the finals match, does that mean he is injury defaulting out of the tournament? Because if so, that's going to open the pathway to Tanner Erickson-Dale to be in a placing second at sectionals. Huh. So I wonder if West Delaware is just going to injury default the finals match and just go ahead and take their chances wrestling Tanner Erickson-Dale in a true second match, rather than putting him out there on the mat, maybe getting him hurt any further. Huh, that is interesting. All right, Tanner Erickson-Dale ahead 2-0 after that takedown. So 12 seconds left in the first period. Just needs to keep his opponent down on the mat here, the remainder of the first period. Opponent gets a sit out right away. Erickson-Dale hanging on to an ankle. 8 seconds left. Boy, they're running all over the mat, and Erickson-Dale gets him broken back down again. 1 second left. Just hold him right there. Time is up, so no points scored by Denver Chipola at the end of the first period. Erickson-Dale ahead 2-0. 2-0 in this second period. And like I said, Tanner Erickson-Dale, if he ends up winning, he will be in that true second situation, with Jackson Feldman being your sectional champ here at 132. And as it stands right now, Mitchell Mangold, he injury defaulted into second place. Erickson-Dale has not wrestled Mangold, so if Tanner Erickson-Dale wins this match, he'll wrestle him for the true second. I think West Delaware is playing the odds here. I think they're playing the odds. They're going to hold. They're holding him off the mat. Holding him off the mat. If he is injured, I don't know. I don't know what the injury is. He didn't get injured in the first round of wrestling. Had a chance to watch that match. He didn't get injured there. Didn't see any indication of injury. So I think they're just playing the odds, saying, if he's wrestled Feldman before, especially, saying we've been beat by him before, so let's go ahead, injury default. So we're fresh for this true second match against Tanner Erickson-Dale. Erickson-Dale will have another match under his belt, and I know they've had close matches, really close matches in the past. So Erickson-Dale in the second period started in the top position, and that's exactly where he's been the whole time. 2-0 score still in the second period. Go out of bounds. 30 seconds left in the second period. Just not a whole lot going on in this match. Erickson-Dale just pretty much in control in the top position. And really, Finder not doing a ton out of that bottom position. Off the whistle, he's done a pretty good job, but once he gets bellied out, Finder's having a tough time getting himself based back up. And, credit to Tanner Erickson-Dale for keeping him down on the mat and keeping hand control and setting up a tough ride in that top position. Down to the final 10 seconds now. Erickson-Dale got a leg in, needs to stay buried in behind the arms now like crazy with 4 seconds left. Just get out of here with 2-0. End of the second, so no points scored in that second period. Erickson-Dale rode him out the whole time. And Erickson-Dale's choice, he's going to go in that down position. Let's see what Tanner can do out of that down position. Gets up to his feet right away. Good job. Good job. Gets out. Oh, there's going to get a reversal out of this. All right. Thought he had a stand-up. Just was going to get a stand-up and square back up with him again, but instead he's got the reversal. Now his opponent has our hand. And thought his opponent was going to go into, well, his opponent squared up with us now. We're up over top, front headlock situation now. 1:29 left in the third period. Erickson-Dale ahead 4-0 right now. And nothing going there in that front headlock situation. So new start back in the middle. 1:15 left in the third period. Finder of Denver Chipola starts in the down position, and Erickson-Dale top position. Ericksondale's pretty much ridden him out the whole match. Had the initial takedown, rode him out the whole first period. Finder took down in the second period. Ericksondale rode him out the whole second period. And now here we go with Ericksondale in that top position again. And a minute left. Ahead 4-0. So we like where we're at. Ericksondale trying to get a tilt. One. Did we get it? Did you get it? Oh, is that a restart 2 count or did he actually give a 2 count? He had him tilted there briefly, but I'm not sure. I think the referee has 2 on there. Ericksondale trying to roll up a 1 on. Yes, he did get 2 back points, so he goes ahead 6-0 now. Now we'd like to see him tilt him again. Load him up and tilt him one more time. See if we can get a major decision here in these final 20 seconds. Now, got Finder trying to hit a roll here. He's got us locked up for a roll. Hopefully Tanner can pull that left arm out. That's all Finder's looking for right now. He's ready to. Nope, we're out of that position. So the final seconds are going to tick away, and it's going to be Tanner Ericksondale, and he's going to get a chance here. He's going to get a chance to wrestle for a true second as well. So another true second match here. This is, we usually don't get a whole bunch of those, but we're going to have another match here. Tanner Ericksondale and Michael Mangold coming up for true second. Mangold injury defaulted out of his finals match, putting him into second. And Tanner Ericksondale, with that win, is going to get an opportunity to wrestle for a true second place match. Okay, here we go in the finals at 138. Got number 1 seed Drew Davis, 34-10 on the season. He's a senior, and he's wrestling Caleb Wilson of Denver Chipola. Wilson, 38-8, a sophomore. And I didn't mention Independence has the camouflage for the guys that are in the finals. They got the camouflage singlets going. So we don't have quite the traditional uniform going as we've had the whole season with those camo uniforms. It's kind of fun to have for the kids to have those uniforms, but I got to tell you, as an announcer down at the state wrestling tournament, when every team has 3 different singlets that they're wrestling out of, it gets really, really hard to figure out what team is what. You kind of want to just look for maroon when you look for Independence, and next thing you know, you got camouflage out there, so hard to see that from way up in the rafters when you're doing announcing, and Indy's not the only team that does that. Many other teams as well do the same thing. So 54 seconds left in the first period, no points scored so far here at 138. Drew Davis on the mat and Caleb Wilson of Denver Chipola. Nobody's really taken a shot yet, just kind of tapping the head and pulling the head down. There's a shot by Drew Davis outside single leg. He's got the leg up in the air, and he pulls it down. Nice job up over the head and dumps it down. And there should, or could, if he rolls this upright. Nope, not going to be any back points there. So had an opportunity briefly there, but Davis picks up some back points, and Drew Davis goes ahead 2-0, first takedown in this match, and that's exactly the way we want to get things started. Takedowns at the beginning, that's the way to go. Need some wrestling statistician out there to figure out what the winning percentage is when someone gets the first takedown in their match. My guess is it's really, really high. So, end of the first period, Drew Davis ahead 2-0. He's going to defer, and his opponent Wilson of Denver Chipola is going to go in that down position. Independence ahead right now, 201. 201 to 182.5 right now. 201 to 182.5 is the team score here at this sectional tournament. We're hoping the team score can stay right about there. I like that lead. Feel a little more comfortable. That's a pretty good cushion there for Independence. We want to head to the regional duels as a sectional champion. Boy, Drew Davis gives up a reversal on the edge of the mat. Thought he could turn it into a scramble, but gave up the reversal. 1:26 left in the second period, all tied up now between Wilson and Drew Davis. And the other match, Drew Davis beat Schaefer of Waterloo Columbus to get into the finals. Schaefer now losing. There's Davis with the reversal, so he goes back ahead 4-2. Nice switch by Drew Davis. So as it goes right now, we want to make sure Davis picks up the W here in the finals, because West Delaware, Owen Ward, has kind of got things under control in the third and fourth place match. So hopefully Drew can keep things rolling. Boy, Denver Tripolo almost picked up another switch there. 35 seconds left in the second period. Davis on top 4-2. Davis now with the legs in. So at a minimum, that'll kind of slow things down a little bit here as we get down to 20 seconds left in the second period. But he gets out of him, jumps out to the side. Denver Tripolo's built back up, so he's on hands and knees, gets up to his feet. 9 seconds left. Here's where we got to be careful. We don't want to get a stall call. Nice lift and return by Drew Davis. And that's the way the second period should wrap up. 4-2 score, and Davis has his choice, I believe. Yep, and he's going to go in that down position. So we got things rolling the right direction for Drew Davis here. Especially good that he had his choice in that third period, get into that down position and hopefully pick up another point here in the third period, open up that gap just a little bit. Drew just working hand control right now in that down position. Denver Tripolo still pretty well parallel. Looking for cross faces, and I know if Drew uncoils a little bit here, Denver's gonna try to sneak a leg in, and that's exactly what he does. As soon as Drew gets up a little bit, Denver opponent tried to put the leg in. Drew got out of that. 1:14 left in the third period. At this point in time, though, Denver's not really in a position to do any scoring right now, so 1 minute left. 1 minute left. Davis ahead 4-2. Okay, Denver Tripolo's got kind of doesn't have a leg in, but he's, I don't know, he's got our ankle, got kind of our shin and calf tied up a little bit, so we're going to have a really tough time basing up out of this position. 30 seconds left, but at the same time, Denver's doesn't really have anything he can do with what he's shooting for. 20 seconds left. He gives us a stall call, and we had another. I missed a stalling earlier, so we gave up a point there with about 10 seconds left. I guess we could say Drew was stalling, but he was making sure those legs didn't come in. So I don't quite understand, not totally understanding that. But hey, I'll quit thinking and put Drew Davis as a sectional champion. So Drew Davis with the win, 4-3 win, and made it really interesting there at the end. So Drew Davis is sectional champion for Independence, and it will be Caleb Wilson. As of now, he's in second, but he's going to have a wrestle back. Yeah, he'll have a wrestle back against Owen Ward of West Delaware. So Owen Ward ahead 16-2, and he's probably going to get a tech fall here. So there's going to be another true second place match at 138, and this one's not going to involve independents. We're the sectional champ at 138, but Drew Davis's opponent, Caleb Wilson of Denver Chipola, is going to end up wrestling Owen Ward, a senior, 28-7. And Ward just picks up the tech fall. So there's going to be another true second place match. Boy, that's sometimes we get a lot of them, and some years we get a lot of those true second matches, and other years we get none of them. And we got a lot of them this year. There must have been, a lot of times that means there weren't clear favorites at all the weight classes, and when you go into those seating meetings as coaches, it's hard to put them where you think they're going to finish, so they got to let it scrap out on the mat. And we're getting a lot of that right now. So here we go at 145. We got Seth House on the mat right now. Seth House, 21-24. He's a sophomore, and he's wrestling Ryan Maitland. Maitland, a junior for Denver Chipola. He's 19-18 on the season. Team score-wise, without those matches loaded in yet, Independence 201 and Denver Chipola 182. Hey, there's House in with the single leg and a kick, and he's got a takedown. Nice single leg, treetop, and trip for Seth House. He picks up the first 2 points, ahead 2-0. Tell you what, he got in on that one easy enough. Let's go ahead and play the take him down, let him up here. Did a good job on that single leg. So we'll wait the update on the scores to see how it all shakes out. With that win by Drew Davis over a Denver wrestler, that's going to help us to kind of pull ahead a little bit again. And a caution by House off the start here. 1:16 left in the first period. All right, House in that top position. And let's see what he can do in this. Let's see what he can get hooked up. Maitland, a junior, 19-18. House, a sophomore, 21-24. And House got into this third and fourth place match with a loss to Caleb Bolin of Waterloo Columbus. Right now, Bolin behind 2-0. So we'll keep an eye on that match as well. If Bolin could pick up the upset over Cody Feldman of Dyersville Beckman, we'd have yet another true second place match happening here at 145. Well, we got a ways to go yet. It's only the 2-0 score, 32 seconds left in the first period. Well, let's get Seth a win first, and then we'll figure it out from there. Seth House with the wing, trying to almost stacked him over top with that wing, stacked his opponent over top of his head, but not quite. Trying the same thing, just get behind here. 4 seconds left. And that's the end of the first period. Seth House ahead 2-0. And House is going to go both up here at the beginning of the second period. So see if Seth can pick up takedown number 2 in this match and go ahead 4-0. There's a shot by House. Needs to set things up just a little bit better. Long shot by Denver Chipola, and House just pushes his head down and goes behind. Boy, Denver Chipola just kind of did the duck walk forward and then stopped in the middle of it all, and House just pushed his head down and went around. So 2 by Seth House. He goes ahead 4-0. Going the right direction here at 145. Got the chicken wing hooked up on the right-hand side, has the far wrist. Oh, he almost had it walked over. He's got it walked over. He's going to get some back points. And now he's just going to get the opportunity. He's got a minute 13 to adjust. Oh, and he let go. Switch to a half. Good. Good adjustment. There should be a fall there. All right, Seth House with the fall. So Seth House will finish no less than third. And we're going to keep our eyes on the far mat. If Bolin of Waterloo Columbus can pull off the upset over there, House will have one more opportunity to wrestle here today in a true second place match. So House third place here at 145. Haven't got the team score updated yet. They still got us kind of locked in at 201 and 182.5. Drew Davis, a sectional champion for Independence at 138. Tanner Erickson Dale sitting in third place right now, but he's going to get a chance to wrestle for a true second place in that 132-pound match. Mangold of West Delaware injury defaulted the finals match. Didn't even step on the mat. So, like I said, I think West Delaware must be kind of playing the odds a little bit, thinking, okay, we've wrestled Erickson Dale before. I don't know if they've wrestled Feldman before, but maybe if Mangold's not feeling so good or if he's hurt in some way, they're going to take their chances, sit that match out, and go ahead and wrestle Tanner Erickson Dale for the true second place. At 126, Jacob Wolf right now sitting at third as well, but he also is going to get an opportunity to wrestle back for a true second against Cale Kruger. Cale Kruger, 22-2 on the season. He's a freshman for Denver Tripola. At 120, Colin Fischels finishes third for Independence with a fall over Noah Scornia of Gladbrook, Rhinebeck, North Tama, Grundy Center. At 113, Jarrett Orr finishes second for Independence, so he is a district qualifier. And Holden Griffith at 106, he's going to get the opportunity to wrestle a true second place match, and he'll be wrestling Grant Hoger of Dyersville Beckman. Hoger, a 29-12 season, a freshman for the Blazers. So Waterloo Columbus wrestler Bolin at 145 now is behind 4-0 in the second period. 45 seconds left in the second period. If Bolin does lose this match, Seth House will end up picking up third place at 145. Bolin second, and Cody Feldman right now of Dyersville Beckman leading in that match. 26 seconds left. All right, so those guys are wrapping up their second period of wrestling. We're looking ahead here a little bit, and I'll take some time here to look ahead at the 152-pound weight class. And at 152, well, maybe I'll get to look at 152. And maybe I won't. Not sure why I can't pull up the bracket at 152. I'm going to try it again here. Looking to see who Luke House is going to be wrestling. I didn't get a chance to go find brackets out in the hallway. Here we go. He's going to be wrestling Luke Hageman. Hageman of Dyersville Beckman. He is a sophomore, 32-3 right now on the season. Hageman had a 49-second pin in his semifinal match, and Luke House had a 7-4 win his semifinal match. So House and Hageman at 152. That should be coming up here once they get the third period finished off, but it's going to take a long time because we got, looks like a Waterloo Columbus coach arguing a call right now. So they're in the beginning of the third period. in the 145 finals match. Jake Jules has only spent 21 seconds on the mat so far today. Just one match put him into the finals. And he's going to be wrestling Grover of Dyersville Beckman. Grover had a first round fall, and then in the semifinals picked up an 8-3 win over Ethan Smith of Waterloo Columbus. Grover is 32-10, a freshman for Dyersville Beckman. So I like our chances there in that match. So Jake Jewell at 160 and Grover of Dyersville Beckman at 170. Looking ahead here, Nick Holt, he's spent 1:07 on the mat so far today, and he's going to be wrestling Coy Russell. And Russell won by fall in his semifinal match. And this should be a fun match to watch. These two guys have wrestled quite a bit. Russell spent most of the season ranked. I know he was injured. He was hurt. Didn't wrestle a lot of matches, and yet they kept him in the rankings for a long time. And now all of a sudden here, the final rankings, he has dropped out of it. So I'm not sure exactly what happened that they finally decided to take him out of the rankings, but I know that's going to be a good match for Nick Holt at 170, wrestling Coy Russell. Russell 8-1 on the season. He's a senior, so just that one loss. As I mentioned, even before the Independence West Delaware dual meet just happened a couple weeks back, Russell was still ranked in the top 10. Then, like I said, just in the last couple weeks, they bounced him out of there. So yeah, Nick Holt, that'll be a really good match for him. At 182, Elliott Ryan. And that did end up being a 5-0 win. I wondered if he got the takedown and 2 back points at the end of his match. I was kind of stammering at the end of that match, pointing at the scoreboard, and actually maybe pointed at the scoring table there at the end, asking them, kind of begging them to put a score up there, but they didn't end up doing that. They had actually a 0-1 Elliott Ryan losing at the end of the match, and obviously that did not happen with the takedown and the back points at the end. So 5-0 win for Elliott Ryan at 182. He's going to be wrestling Tyler Hirsch. And Hirsch from Dyersville Beckman, he's 23-10 and a senior. So Tyler Hirsch, he was actually the number 3 seed. He defeated Devin Lund of Denver Tripola. Lund was 25-18 on the season. So Elliott Ryan and Tyler Hirsch on the mat at 182. When we get there, we are taking up every single little bit of blood time, and that's the Dyersville Beckman wrestler. He must have a really bad bloody nose going over there, because they are just cleaning and cleaning and cleaning. So, and he just keeps bleeding. They're putting cotton in his nose, and they can't get it to stop. Now they're pinching back down again over top of his nose. Got the referee out. They've wiped the mats down so good with disinfectant. The referee's out with dry paper towels trying to dry the mat off. Let's hope he can finish off this match. He's got 123 left, and he's ahead 4-0. So he's used up a lot of blood time in there. I think the referee just cut it. So I'll be really curious to see how much blood time he's used up overall. Okay, so wrapping up 145, waiting for 152 to step on the mat. 195, I mentioned that it's going to be Matt McMillan out there for Independence, and he's wrestling Isaac Schiedenhelm. Schiedenhelm ranked number 1 in the state, and McMillan ranked number 5. So it'll be a great match at 195 between two outstanding wrestlers. At 220, Hunter Crawford got the opportunity to wrestle today with some, more blood time for Dyersville Beckman. Hunter Crawford in last round of wrestle-offs in the wrestling room at Independence, able to get a spot here to wrestle today at 220 pounds. And Crawford made the best of it, win by fall in his first round match against Keenan Ballman, and that propelled him into the finals. In the finals, he's going to be wrestling Sam Johnson. Johnson of West Delaware, and Johnson of West Delaware is 17-16 right now on the season. So this 220-pound class is just looks like a free-for-all to me. You've got the one guy with maybe the best record, 22-17. He ended up losing his first round match. The next best record, 26-21, pretty comparable to the 22-17. Crawford beat him. So interesting 220-pound weight class. But it's going to be Crawford, Hunter Crawford of Independence, in the finals against Johnson of West Delaware. I have to think that in that seating meeting as coaches, they were just shaking their head, and who knows what they did when they seated that weight class. They might have been drawing ping pong balls out of the coffee can on that one. Boy, so now we got Dyersville Beckman. I think they're just going to pin his nose up against his face and try to finish this off with 53 seconds, because they cannot get it stopped to stop bleeding. Yeah, they got the cotton in, and they're just going to wrap some tape around his face to hold the cotton ball in so it doesn't pop out again, and let him finish up. So 53 seconds left, and that's what he's going to have to live out of for 53 seconds to try and finish that match off. And that's slowing things down here considerably at this here in this final round, or almost final round of wrestling. We're going to have some true second place matches coming up. All right, and at heavyweight, Brock Farley, 33-10, just a freshman for Denver Tripola. He's going to be wrestling Austin Larkin. Larkin picking up a fall in 256 over Caleb Zieser of West Delaware, and we're sitting in pretty good position there. Pretty good position for Austin Larkin in getting into the finals here at 285. All right, we got Dyersville Beckman heading out to the mat. Let's get this match finished up. 53 seconds is all he's got left. Well, I thought they had tape around his face. "45 seconds left now. Well, maybe I just can't see. It's far enough away. I thought, yeah, they got kind of the cotton plug basically taped up into his nose now. So 30 seconds left now. And Waterloo Columbus is going to pick up a point for stalling. It looks like 4-1 score. These guys have been out here for quite a while. Updated team score. Independence sitting at 213 points right now, 213. Now Waterloo Columbus picks up a takedown. 19 seconds left. I'm gonna let this thing run forever. I'm not sure what the Waterloo Columbus is talking to the head table for something. Anyway, Dyersville Beckman doesn't really want to go forward because his nose is just a mess. Waterloo Columbus is just pummeling. Just turned it into a kind of a scramble here at the end. 9 seconds left. Now we got, I don't know what we got going here. I don't know why the coaches are talking. You just want to finish this match up. You had Beckman Coach. He's ahead 5-3. There's no question what the score is. There's no question about the time. They need to let this finish up. 4.4 seconds. Columbus, if he can, boy, then referee gives Beckman another stall call. 5-4 final score. That was a crazy ending. That match took about a half hour, I think. But finally, we are done with 145, and it's Feldman with the win for Dyersville Beckman. And it is going to be Bolin. Bolin was second, and it's House in third place with Bolin losing that match. So Seth House finishes in third place at 145, and that'll wrap up his day for Independence. So once again, the team score: Independence 213, and Denver Tripola in second with 185.5. West Delaware third, 146.5. Dyersville Beckman 136. And we got Luke House on the mat right now fighting off a single leg. And Luke House wrestling Luke Hageman. Hageman 32-3 on the season. Boy, Hageman drops down for this, try to finish the single leg, and House turns it into a scramble on the edge of the mat. And we'll see. Hageman's able to get an ankle pick and see if he's going to be able to slide around. House hanging on to that single now. Hageman had the original single leg. Now Hageman hooks the leg and gets the two. So House behind 2-0. And he's got the arm trapped across the body. So Hageman's going to start with the leg turk and the arm across the chest pretty tight. 1:04 left in the first period. And House, I thought they were going out of bounds. There we go, out of bounds. 59 seconds left in the first period. House behind 2-0. And we start back in the middle. And new start for Luke House. Now with Hageman with the legs in. And he's got him in pretty tight, trying to pull House's hips over top. Got a lot of pressure on that hip, doing a good job with those. House doing a good job of just staying low and wide with those hands and shoulders. And Hageman lets go of that opportunity. Okay, in that third and fourth place match, it was Denver Tripola with the win. Go back and check that out real quick so we know what the situation is for House. So it was vote of Denver Tripola. And that's who House had a win over. So with a win by vote of Denver Tripola, I think we're sitting pretty good for House to be a district qualifier. Yeah, it was vote with the fall in 127, so it's going to be vote finishing third, and no matter what the outcome of this match, Luke House is going to be a district qualifier. Gives up the takedown at the beginning of the second period. And House down 6-0 right now in this match. I lost 2 points in there somewhere when I was trying to figure out the results of that last match, but you know, right now Luke House, he's fighting off a chicken wing on the left-hand side. Hageman with a wing, but they're kind of on the edge of the mat. So if he starts pressure forward and around, probably going to shove House out of bounds. 1:10 left in the second period. House behind 6-0. And once again, House is going to, at a minimum, he's going to finish second. He's going to be a district qualifier for Independence. Hagman trying to work a cradle now. He had that chicken wing that was going to take him out of bounds, and now the referee just says stalemate and sends him back to the middle. So House will be back in the down position with 49 seconds left in the second period. He's behind 6-0. Down to 40 seconds left in the second period, and not a whole lot going on from Luke out of that bottom position. Hagman pretty heavy with the hips, and then he's able to kind of hook our ankle just a little bit. Kind of controlling that ankle, trapping it just a little bit, so we try to bring our knee underneath or build up our base. It's getting taken away from us pretty quickly. Down to the final 5 seconds now. House fighting out of a chicken wing. I don't think there's going to be enough time for Hagman to run it out. House slips out of it anyway. 6-0 score at the end of the second period, and we go into the third. House is going to go both up. So neutral position here. Start of the third period. Hagman with a snap down. And he goes behind and hooks the leg. So Hagman with another takedown. He's ahead 8-0. Down to 1:35 left in the third period. Hagman got things under control. Hagman from Dyersville Beckman. And like I said, regardless of the outcome, Luke House is going to be a district qualifier. He's going to move on next week to wrestle again at Independence. And actually, we're hoping that most of our team gets a chance to wrestle again at the regional dual qualifier that Independence will be hosting. Right now, that's looking like a good possibility with Independence in the lead team score-wise, 213 to 185.5. If we can maintain that distance, we'll be able to go in as a kind of a number one. Can't really call it a number one seed, but we'll go in as a first place team and get to wrestle a second place team from some other sectional. And like I said, I'm not going to lie. I hope they pull Cresco. I hope they pull Cresco some other direction, because I'd just as soon not have to wrestle Cresco to determine whether or not we get to go to a dual state. Matt Shannon said over lunch he thinks they're going to maybe bring some teams from more south of us and more central. So I like that. I like that thought by Matt Shannon. All right, final 10 seconds ticking away now. Luke House behind 8-0, and that's how it's going to wrap up. So your district champion at 152 is Luke Hagman of Dyersville Beckman. Your sectional, hope I didn't say district, sectional champion Hagman of Dyersville Beckman. And it's going to be Luke House of Independence, your runner-up here at the sectional tournament. He's going to be a district qualifier. So another district qualifier for Independence moving on next Saturday. So here we go at 160. We got both matches out there on the mat. Jake Jewell out on the mat right now, 35-5, 36-5 now in the season. Wrestling Ethan Smith. He's already got the takedown in 10 seconds. And I take it back, he's not wrestling Ethan Smith. He's got Owen Grover. Owen Grover of Dyersville Beckman. Grover, 30-10, a freshman. Jake's already taken him down, let him up, taken him down, and now the Oklahoma cow catcher, and could have called the fall, but the referee's not quite ready to do it yet. And there, almost a fall there as well. And there should be the fall. There should be. I know I'm calling it from clear up here in the crow's nest. Oh, Beckman almost kicks out of it this time. These referees, they They're being stingy with the falls today. Boy, hats off to Beckman fighting this thing off. Waterloo Columbus is going to pick up the fall. And Jake Jewell with the fall. Jake Jewell, sectional champion, moving on to districts next Saturday. Congratulations, Jake Jewell. We got another district qualifier, and it was Smith of Waterloo Columbus. He's sitting in third, and that's how it's going to shake out. So Grover of Dyersville Beckman will finish second, and Smith of Waterloo Columbus will finish third. That's at 160 pounds. So Jake Jewell, sectional champion, moves on to districts next week. And now we got what should be a pretty good match coming here at 170. Got Nick Holt, 39-3 on the season. He's a senior, wrestling Coy Russell of West Delaware. Russell 8-1 on the season. His one loss is to, I believe it's to Nick Holt. I think they wrestled at the dual meet at Independence, but I could be mistaken. We were doing some playing around with lineups that night, so maybe that wasn't the case. So 124 left in the first period. Nick Holt on the mat for Independence, and Coy Russell of West Delaware on the mat. These two have wrestled each other quite a bit in the past, and kind of like another chapter in the book for these two. They've seen each other quite a few times over especially the last couple of years, although Russell's been out most of the season with an injury. And I'm not sure, never did figure out what injury it was that was keeping Russell off the mat. No points yet, 50 seconds left in the first period. Go out of bounds, 39 seconds left in the first period. Got Schlarman of Dyersville Beckman and Klusman of Denver Tripola on the other mat, so kind of keep an eye on that. Holt had a win in 107 over Schlarman. Holt with a shot with 20 seconds left. Tried an outside single, not able to score. Both wrestlers back up to their feet. Yeah, this is going to be a close match. Russell's a good wrestler. And he comes in with an 8-1 record, and that, one of two things can go there. He's either got the shape built up just with those 8-9 matches, or maybe in the third period that's going to come back to get him. Russell's going to start the second period in the down position. And we're in the second period. Russell to his feet right away and gets the escape in just 4 seconds. So Coy Russell, West Delaware, picks up the first points in the match. It was Klusman of Denver Tripola picking up the win for third place. So with the win, obviously Holt, sectional champion, and moves on. With a loss, it'll be another one of those true second place matches. But we're hoping for the W here. Holt down, yeah. There's a single leg right on the edge. Should have lost a point for fleeing the mat. Russell should have lost a point for fleeing the mat, for getting off the mat. Referee didn't call it though. Had some help from the crowd and a couple of our other coaches off on the side, but no motion made there. Holt down 1-0 right now. 1 minute left in the second period. Got to keep Holt moving forward here. He's been in, he's been a district qualifier before, but he's never been able to break on through to the state tournament. So we got to get him into districts in as good a shape as possible. And it's his time. It's his time. 46 seconds left in the second period now. Both wrestlers still up on their feet. Boy, I'd love to see. Time for Nick to get a takedown here. Takedown would just be huge right now. 29 seconds left. Good motion, pulling on the head, good motion. Referee's got to reward this pretty soon because we've had almost all the shots. We're the one moving forward. Get inside, take one more shot here. Backs out of it, goes back to the middle. Needs to keep the pressure going forward. There's a shot, outside single leg. He's in on the leg, 4 seconds left. Leg is up in the air, dumps it down and picks up 2. There we go. Perfect, perfect. I mean, that was, there's about a half second left on the clock when that 2 points was awarded. That's as tight as you could get it. That was outstanding. That is exactly what we need right now, because now in the bottom position here in the third period, we can get our escape. We're ahead 3-1 now. But I'll tell you what, that was a nice outside single leg. He can go back to that one. He can go back to that. Get in on that single leg. At a bare minimum, you're in on that single, and you're going to be able to hang on to that. Russell's not had an offensive shot in the middle of the mat. He's had shots off on the edge. He's been shooting. He shot Nick off the edge a couple times now, but has not pulled the trigger in the middle of the mat. And I know those shots on the edge, they tend to score points for the referees, kind of keeping you off their back a little bit. There's a drive, an attempt at a shot. There's a shot. Shoot him off. He needs to shoot him off again. Russell did have an attempt there in the middle and kind of drove Holt back about halfway across the mat to the edge. Holt got back in control, and then I'm up here kind of jumping up and down. I thought Holt should have shot him off the mat one more time. 1:02 left in the third period. Russell had another little bit of a shot, not changing levels all that well, so I'm not sure how successful he's going to be on this shot right now. Now is where Nick needs to decide. You're going to go into 3-1. Let's win this 3-1, or you're going to try and pop off another shot. I like the second choice better. Love to see him get another takedown and seal the deal here. He's on the edge of the mat. Get unhooked and take that shot. Now you're going to let Russell have that shot on the edge. This is where Russell wants to be. He wants to be here with 31 seconds left. He wants to be in this position where it just comes down to a takedown. This is kind of what Elliott Ryan earlier today, his opponent that he has beaten several times, just kept it to where came down to a takedown at the very end, and that's where Nick Holt is right now, and that's where Russell's kind of battled himself into right here with 18 seconds left. 3-1 score, Holt on top, but one takedown by Russell is going to send this into overtime. Another shot by Russell. Take the shot off the mat. Take the shot off the mat. Holt's had opportunities here on the edge to continue shooting his opponent off the mat. He's not taking them. The referee's probably not going to give a stall call now. But hey, we'll take it. 3-1 win against a good opponent. Nick Holt moving forward. So Nick Holt is sectional champion here at 170 pounds. Coy Russell runner-up, and that's exactly how it's going to work out. So Russell's going to be in second, and Klusman of Denver Tripola is going to finish third at 170 pounds. Okay, so here we go to 182. Current team score: Independence 225, Denver Tripola 190.5. Dyersville Beckman at 154, West Delaware at 146. Waterloo Columbus 86 and Gladbrook Rhinebeck at 70. So Independence now starting to pull away a little bit, team score wise. So I like getting up to almost 35 points. We like that. That's a good distance right now. Exactly where we want to be here heading to the end. So Elliot Ryan on the mat right now, wrestling Tyler Hirsch of Dyersville Beckman. Hirsch 23-10. He's a senior. 25-10 with 2 more wins today, I guess. Elliot Ryan 37-8 with his win earlier. So Elliot Ryan here at 182. Let's see what he can make happen. And I'm pretty sure that Independence, well, other than the conference tournament, I guess I don't know if these two maybe saw each other at the conference tournament. I don't dare look it up on the computer because as soon as I do, I'm going to miss something. So Elliot Ryan, 1 minute left. There's Hirsch with a little shot. .50 seconds left in the first period. Oh, there's Hirsch with a shot on the edge. Boy, Ryan almost got caught there. Oh, Ryan trying to make something happen on the edge. They go out of bounds. Good motion by Elliott there, trying to make something happen. Down to 30 seconds left in the first period. Elliot Ryan with the Russian tie, trying to circle his opponent, get down to that single leg. There we go. Got his head on the. Needs to keep battling head position. If he can win head position here, he should be able to get this. No, gonna let it go. Had that one-on-one Russian tie. And looks like we're just going to run the first period out with no points scored here at 182. So Elliott apparently he wants to wrestle close matches today. So many matches this season. He's had a pin racked up by now. I think everybody knows Elliott though now in that top position. You just don't even want to mess around on the mat with him. So that's exactly where we're at right now with Dyersville Beckman. Went ahead and went up on his feet. So that's what people are doing, taking their chances on their feet against Elliot Ryan. And so far, no points scored. Down to 1:30. Elliot Ryan almost had a little bit of a throw there to pick up a takedown. Drops down to a single leg, but they go out of bounds. So there's some offense by Elliott. 1:24 left in the second period. Dyersville Beckman tries to go up over the top of the head and into a front headlock. Elliott gets him down on the mat. He's got the ankle, trying to come around behind. Got the two. And the ankle trapped, and here we go. Now it's kind of the Elliot Ryan show. He had the... Oh, Elliott had the knee trapped, and the referee didn't like the... Referee probably should have called it a little bit earlier. Elliott had the cradle and probably would have ended the match right there. He's going to go right back to it again, so he's actually maybe going to hook it up tighter this time. 50 seconds left, and there's the cradle. And that's how it always ends. Boy, Beckman, though, just goes like beast mode out of that cradle. Breaks the grip. Ryan gets 2 back points and gives up the escape. Now Beckman takes a shot, and Elliott's going to come around and get 2 more. So 6-1. Now he's going barbed wire against Beckman. Oh, he's got to go by. He's body, lace, got kind of the grapevine going around the body. And that should be a fall, but this is the slow fall referee, and he calls it. Elliot Ryan with the fall at the end of the second period. we got another sectional champion moving on to districts. Elliot Ryan, good job. A win over Tyler Hirsch of Dyersville-Beckman. And on the other 182-pound mat, we've got Devin Lund of Denver Tripola. He's winning 1-0 over Ridenour of West Delaware right now. They're in the 1-1 with the escape by Ridenour. So it doesn't matter to us. Elliot Ryan's going to be a sectional champ. But I'm just kind of curious to see now. Ridenour took Elliott right down to the final 10 seconds of that match. He's tied up 1-1. If Ridenour can win the match, Ridenour from West Delaware, if he can win this match, he'll have a wrestle off against Tyler Hirsch of Dyersville-Beckman. So we'll see how this shakes out. So team score now, they've got it at Independent 225 and Denver Tripola 195.5, Dyersville-Beckman 154, West Delaware 146. Still tied up 1-1. This match here against Denver Tripola and West Delaware, trying to decide third and fourth place. There's Denver Tripola with a long shot and a double leg, and Ridenour rolls out of the double and gets two, but they're out of bounds and he can't get any back points. But you know what, if I'm Ridenour, I'm staying right there. He just has to stay right there. I hope he doesn't take a step. If he takes a step forward with his right leg, he's going to go out of bounds. Just trying to pull his opponent back in bounds. 15 seconds left. If he stays right there, Ridenour is going to get an opportunity to wrestle back. And now they should have gone out of bounds there. Referee actually, he's going to shake him in and get a couple points. So Ridenour of West Delaware is going to get a chance to wrestle back against Hirsch of Dyersville-Beckman. So another one of those wrestle back matches at 182. Doesn't involve independence this time though, because Elliot Ryan is the sectional champ at 182. So got some crazy fun wrestling going on here today. A lot of good matches, and the interesting thing is just usually we got so many opportunities to wrestle these teams nowadays that seeding is usually pretty true by this point in the season, but seeding has been kind of crazy at this sectional tournament so far. Boy, Sheedenholm with just a drive double right through every defense McMillan had. And that was just a straight up drop down drive forward and went right through Matt McMillan's every defense he had. So McMillan down 2-0 right away here in the first period. West Delaware picks up a fall at 195. So basically what that means is that Matt McMillan will for sure, with a win, he'll be a sectional champion, and with a loss, he will finish second place here at 195. McMillan now almost giving up. There we go. Sheedenholm trying to tilt. McMillan rocks his hips out of the tilt and picks up the escape. Good job. That's good. Now get it going on your feet, Matt. Sometimes you got to get Matt out there and change the game plan a little bit. Sometimes Matt can be a little bit tentative. We need to get him going forward here in this match. You got nothing to lose now. You're going against number one. Let's see if he can put some offense on the board against number one. If we can keep this gap closed here at sectional, we'll close it a little bit further at districts, and let's give ourselves a chance to be in the state finals against this guy, be a state champion. We do know we'll be on the opposite side of the bracket of him regardless, so pull something out of the hat. Let's get some offense going and learn a little bit about your opponent. What are his strengths and what are his weaknesses? And staying tentative will not allow you to test the waters like that. Down to 10 seconds in the first period. Sheedenholm ahead 2-1 right now. There's a little arm drag by McMillan. Sheedenholm with the drive double, 3 seconds left. Oh, and he gets the takedown. Well, we know that's one thing we're going to have to get better at, is better with our hands defense. As Sheedenholm comes forward, we're going to have to battle down over top of the head and get him stuffed down, slowed down, and then start working on battling the head down and passing an arm by. 4-1 score, Sheedenholm with that takedown at the end of the first period. Sheedenholm starting the second period in that down position. McMillan in the top position. Had a 2-on-1 going there, but Sheedenholm able to scoot his hips away, get the escape. So 5-1 score right now. Both wrestlers 43-2 on the season right now. McMillan with the underhook, and Sheedenholm tries to kind of battle underneath and get the leg, but they go out of bounds. 5-1 score here, 1:32 left in the second period. This is the finals at 195. Matt McMillan on the mat for Independence right now. There's a long shot by Sheedenholm. Oh boy. Long high crotch. Just kind of led that left arm out in front of him and took a long shot right into the legs and just powered right through and came behind. So 7-1 score. Now's once again, it's that point in time where got to get Matt. It's time to open up, especially maybe on his feet. He's in the bottom position now, so we got to get back to. We got the escape pretty quickly after the first takedown. See if we can get back to that. Or after the second takedown, I should say. There's an escape, so 7-2 score. Now, you go is right. Somebody out in the crowd saying, you go. It is time. Go ahead. Learn something about your opponent. 7-2 score, 40 seconds left. Learn if he's got a weakness. See if there's something you can go to. There's a long shot by McMillan. Telegraphed it pretty good though. Not a lot of motion. Needed to get tried to go to his opponent's left leg, but rather than getting his opponent to circle forward with that leg, he kind of just went straight at it rather than making him step. There's a tap, head tap, and in on McMillan. That was Sheedenholm in on McMillan and picks up another takedown. So 9-2 score. McMillan up to his feet. Sheedenholm puts him back down to the mat. And the second period wraps up. Sheedenholm ahead 9-2 right now. Like I said, Matt's going to start the third period in the down position, but we get back up to our feet. It's little switch has to turn on. Go ahead and take some shots. See, like I said, see if your opponent's got a weakness in there somewhere. Sheedenholm ranked number 1, so I'm not gonna lie, he probably doesn't have a lot of weaknesses, but we gotta find them. We gotta find them here this week, next week, and want to have them all figured out hopefully before we get down to the state wrestling tournament. As I mentioned, because we are wrestling each other right now in sectionals and districts, we do know that we'll be on the opposite side of the bracket. As Sheedenholm. So, I mean, you got to look at that and think, okay, let's meet him in the finals. So let's learn some stuff right now. And right now we're learning Sheedenholm he's got an awesome drive double. He's got a high crotch in the back pocket. And we're learning that we aren't going to get put in a bad position in that down position. We're going to get an escape. So we can get escapes. There's a little bit of a half shot, but we don't need a half shot right now. We need a full shot. 9-3 score, 47 seconds left in the third period. Not trying to be critical of Matt at all. I just want him to go forward. If we don't take a couple shots here, we're not gonna. This is a learning opportunity for him. Got to get yourself into the mix here. 25 seconds. Yes, there it is. There we go. Drop down to a low single leg. He's got a head in between the legs. He's up out of the legs. And if he lifts it up, he came out of the back, squared back up with his opponent, but then he didn't lift and finish the move off. 9.8 seconds left. There was a takedown right there. That's the learning right there. You can take this guy down. You get him to stick that left leg out there, we can take him down. Now we get taken down at the end of the match, so 11-3. 11-3 loss by McMillan. McMillan's going to get second place. But I'll tell you what, Matt McMillan, you go watch this video, and you need to go watch that single leg that you had, and you watch it over and over and over again, and you start just get it in his head he's got to believe he can do that single leg anytime. That was a low single leg. That's kind of like little guys, what they do. Drop down really low and get in super low on the single leg. He had everything but the finish in that. So I hope he walks away thinking, I can take down the #1 ranked guy in the state of Iowa, because he can. There's no question in my mind he can do it. So we'll get another opportunity next week at districts. Matt McMillan, second place here at sectionals, and Isaac Schiedenhelm is the sectional champion at 195. Okay, 220. We got Hunter Crawford out on the mat right now, giving up a takedown and gets the escape right away. So 2-1 score right now. 2-1 score for Hunter Crawford, 20-14, a sophomore. He's wrestling Sam Johnson. Johnson, a junior, 17-16. Crawford in on a long shot, and they're going to go out of bounds. No points scored. Team score, Independence 241 and Denver Tripola 195.5. So I like the direction that the team score is going. I think we got this locked up for probably a first place here, team score-wise. Denver Tripola will gain a little bit at 195. Oh, there's Hunter Crawford popping the elbow. Almost got in on the legs again. He's on the edge here. He's got a single leg. 48 seconds on the edge. Pull it in. Oh, out of bounds. Good job by Hunter Crawford. This 220-pound weight class, in my mind, looking at records, is just a total free-for-all. Johnson 17-16. Hunter Crawford 20-14. The guys wrestling for third and fourth. One of them is 15-21, and the other one is 26-20. So we don't have any just crazy awesome records out there. So Hunter Crawford tries the throw. Tried to go double underhooks, lift him up and get the trip. Instead, gets taken down and put to his back. So 6-1 score, gets off his back. So we're thankful for that. 7 seconds left in the first period. 6-1 score. 6-1 score after giving up the takedown and back points. Got no score in the other 220-pound match. Waterloo Columbus and Denver Tripola. If Denver Tripola wins that match, Hunter Crawford will finish second place for sure. We're hoping he comes out of this as a sectional champ. All right, beginning of the second period, Hunter Crawford's going to start in the down position. Up to his feet, right off the whistle, good job. Standing switch, gets a single leg, drives him down, gets two, all right. Good job with the reversal, Hunter Crawford. It wasn't pretty, but he made it work. Kind of a sloppy switch that turned into a single leg and drove it out of bounds. Picked up the reversal. He's now down 6-3, 1:48 left in the second period. He's got the cradle. Gonna rock him back one. Oh, didn't have the cradle hook. When he took him back, he didn't have it fully hooked up. Now he's getting himself in a good position now. West Delaware able to get to his feet and get the escape, 7-3. Now we just got to get, boy, now Hunter's up over the head. Hunter just wants to cow catcher. He just wants to Oklahoma him to his back. I'm all for that, but you got to do it well. Now's maybe not the time. Oh, he's just lives on the edge. I don't know how he does this. They're in a headlock situation. Somebody's going to get thrown, then they fall down to their legs, fall down to the mat. Hunter Crawford hanging on to feet. 1 minute left in the second period. Hunter Crawford hanging on to barely a heel. He's in between the legs. Now he's on his belly. He's just got to hang on to this leg with everything he's got. Don't let go of the leg. And oh, he let go of the leg. That's not what you wanted. West Delaware might come around behind for two, but they're still scrambling. 37 seconds left. Hunter Crawford turn. Oh, they are rolling, and he's going to come out on top with 2 and back points. 24 seconds left. We got everybody standing up. I can't see anything. Get out of bounds and get a new start. Hunter Crawford. Oh my goodness. He goes ahead 8-7 now. There's going to be nothing safe about this score. This is going to be all over the place by the time we're done. 15.2 seconds left in the second period. New start in the middle. Crawford drops down to a leg. He's going to have to be careful. You got to come up with the leg. Now he's got to be careful. He's going to get the stall call. Hang on to the leg. Don't give up the stall call. And, oh, what'd the referee do? Why did he stop that? Oh, I'm not sure why he stopped that. Hunter should have been able to hang on to that leg the rest of the way out. 2.4 seconds left. He's got to hang on here. And thankfully no motion by West Delaware for the most part. All right, we got a stall call against us, so we're going to remember that. Independence ahead 8-7. And it's West Delaware's choice. He gets to go back into the down position. Now's where, here's that situation where, you know, we can give up an escape. So don't go crazy trying to keep him down. There's no riding time in high school wrestling. Oh, he's got the barbed wire, and he's going to walk it around. Keep circling. He's got back points, and he doesn't adjust. He should have 2. He had 2 back points. He didn't get up chest to chest with his opponent. Walked it over and didn't adjust. He's got the same thing. Get your legs over to the other side, though. He's got a chicken wing and his body's on the wrong side. He's got to get to the other side. 10-7. 10-7 is the score. 1:19 left in the third period. Hunter Crawford. Boy, if he's got a... Oh, there's the escape. 10-8. Hunter Crawford gives up the escape. 10-8. 1:04 left. I don't know if he has a switch for stall or not, but well, we can't really stall. We got a warning against us, so he's got to be careful here. Just needs to not put himself in a bad position here. He's ahead. There's a shot, but oh, he got extended. And West Delaware gets the takedown. And it's all tied up 10-10 with 36 seconds left. And once again, it's not even stalling right now. It's just stay in a good position. Stay in a good position. He's ahead 11-10. West Delaware is going to give him the escape. He doesn't have to take the shot. 30 seconds. He took the shot to get in this position. He doesn't have to take the shot. Just needs to stay in good position. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. Out of bounds. 6.9 seconds left in the third period. Stay low. Somebody tell him to stay low. Just get your hands down and stay low. Keep going backwards. Oh, and he gets the takedown. 13-10. Unbelievable. Hope I didn't blow anybody's speaker out there. Hunter Crawford, he picks up, I got to catch my breath on that one, 13-10. Hunter Crawford is a sectional champ, and Sam Johnson is second. Hunter Crawford coming out of nowhere, sectional champ, unbelievable, unbelievable. All right. Here we go at 285. We got Austin Larkin on the mat right now for Independence. And he's wrestling Brock Farley of Denver Tripola. Larkin and Farley of Denver Tripola. The tournament score right now is Independence 244, Denver Tripola 203.5. So Independence is going to pick up a sectional championship here today. We don't have Hunter's points in there yet, so those will be nice to add in as well. Austin Larkin 5-4 on the season, just got him back a few weeks ago, and Brock Farley 33-10 on the season. He's a freshman, and we got two kind of different body styles out there. You got Larkin, who's 6'3", 6'4" maybe, and he actually started the season, I believe they said, at 317 and has gotten down to 285 and maybe is a little bit below that now. And you got Farley, a little bit shorter, maybe 6 foot tall, probably not quite there. So two different body types. He's a little more of a round guy than Austin Larkin. 35 seconds left in the first period. No points scored. And at this point in time, like this is the heavyweight match. It's kind of almost okay to come out in that first period and just kind of see what's shaking here up on their feet. Final 10 seconds. And the first period is going to tick away. No points scored here for Austin Larkin or Brock Farley of Denver Tripola. Farley's going to get his choice. He's going to go down. West Delaware picks up a win in the third and fourth place match. So that is Zieser. Zieser picking up third, Larkin in the top position. Hey, done a good job up there, good job. He's got his opponent broken down. Now he just needs to be heavy here for a while. Stay heavy for a little while. 1:37 left in the second period. This is Austin. Just take what you can get. Stay heavy on top of your opponent here for a little while. Take a little steam out of him. Trying to work the bar arm, trying to get the arm across the back. Let's go of it. Good job of staying behind the hips and driving forward. Good technique so far by Austin Larkin in this top position. Working a cross face now. 1 minute left in the second period. There's only one thing I don't like is referee kind of leaned down to say something. Usually that means top guy. Oh, Larkin gives up the escape. So 1-0 score. Farley's going to pick up the first points. Down to 23 seconds left in this second period. Farley of Denver Tripola in the lead with that escape. And really thinking of this position on the feet, it's going to be hard for Austin to get underneath of this guy. So really what we got to do is be heavy and pulling down really hard, and maybe then we could sneak underneath if he overreacts a little bit, if Farley overreacts. Otherwise, we're going to have to bring him down to the mat. Get him down where we can get our weight on top of him. All right. Third period, Larkin behind 1-0. He's got the tripod up to his feet. Gets broken back down again. Good job of Landon. Oh, his opponent hurt his hand on the way down. I don't know if his opponent got a finger busted up on the way down or what. Got an injury. Got some injury time going here. Yeah, must have landed on his hand wrong. His opponent, in returning Austin to the mat, I don't know what he did. Landed on his hand wrong. Something's hurting. I hope they got injury time going here. Let's see what happened. I don't know what's going on here. We got to have. So, what do we got going?
We now have 5 more matches. 5 more matches.
Whoa. So, saying we pulled his fingers. That I did not see. So what they're saying is Larkin, in trying to get out of that rear standing situation, did an illegal hold by grabbing fingers on the way out and grabbed his fingers to the point that he might have dislocated a finger or did something to his hand. And so it's a loss by, I don't know, it's kind of like a slam almost. It's as if you slammed your opponent, you lose. It's a loss on that technical violation of grabbing the fingers. Did not see that coming at all. So Austin Larkin is going to end up finishing second. So Larkin will move on to sectionals. It's Farley with as a sectional champion. So Larkin finishes second at 285. Okay, so that takes care of the finals, kind of the finals round, the first and second place matches, the third and fourth place matches. What we have going now is we've just got a small handful of matches for 5th and 6th place. Got one happening here at 132, and we got a 138-pound match out there as well. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure really how many of those we actually have. 32 and 38, are they the only full brackets that we have? We'll have a full bracket at 145 as well. None of those will involve independence wrestlers. 160 does have a full bracket as well. 182 as well. So we got a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break right now. So we've got some 5th and 6th place matches going on right now. None of them involve independence wrestlers. We do have some independence wrestlers, however, that will be coming back wrestling for true second place matches. So why don't I say I'm going to take about 10 minutes here, 10-minute break, and I'll be back. Get back on here live and get us all caught up to where we are. So about 10 minutes, I'll be back, and we'll get some of those independence matches for the true seconds. Team score wise, Independence at 251 and Denver Tripola at 206 right now as it stands. So yeah, we'll take maybe a little short of 10 minutes, maybe a little over 5 minutes here. We'll take just a bit of a break, and I will be right back. So don't go too far away from your computers. Be back in about 5 minutes, and we'll get you caught up on on how the day has gone so far for Independence Wrestling and await some more matches in those true second place matches. We'll be right back.
106 pounders.
Welcome back, everybody. Sorry for the delay. We're finishing up the 5th and 6th place matches. Maybe I should apologize to Matt Shannon more than anything, because I left the recorder, the live stream recorder, running. So now we got to figure out a way to edit that out. But here's what we got going. I just found out. Went down and talked to the coaches about the Austin Larkin match at 285. So what happened is, on the stand-up, apparently Larkin's, or his opponent's hand went up into Larkin's mouth, and they're saying that Larkin bit him, and it was ruled flagrant misconduct with the bite. And this could be absolutely huge team score wise, because with the flagrant misconduct, that means you are removed from the tournament, and your points are taken away, and you cannot wrestle. You cannot wrestle in the next dual meet, which would be the regional duels next Tuesday. So I'll put that out there for right now. That might be the situation we're in right now. Coaches tried to show a video showing that it was an inadvertent thing. The opponent's hand came up towards our face, and it was not. We tried to argue that it was not flagrant, so I don't know if they can still argue that or not. I don't know. They're going to send it to the state and try to get a ruling on it as well. But as of right now, not only is that a loss for Larkin, but it's a flagrant misconduct, which takes his team points away that he scored today, and I believe he's going to have to sit out. The regional duels coming up next Tuesday. So that is, if that's the way it holds, it's going to be pretty devastating for Independence, at least the effort to be a state dual qualifier. It won't change the team score aspect of it. It may flip the team score around. Independence may end up finishing second to Denver Tripola. There's a takedown. I'm sorry, we're going to go back to this. 106. Holden Griffith wrestling Grant Hager of Dyersville Beckman, and this is that true second place. So if Holden Griffith can pick up a win here, he's going to get second place, and he's going to be a district qualifier. So here we go. Holden Griffith starting the right direction with a 2-0 takedown. Minute 34 left in the first period as they go out of bounds. So kind of let that drama simmer in the background a little bit about Austin Larkin and where his points are going to go, where he's going to end up in the big picture of things. This is going to shake things up a little bit. So Holden Griffith now got the takedown, now in a scramble here for a reversal. Let's see who comes out on top. Right now Beckman's in a little better position. Got the leg hooked, and there's two for Beckman, but Griffith tries to go to a switch right away, but not able to get it. So all tied up 2-2 with a minute left in the first period. And now Beckman has a chicken wing hooked up on the left-hand side. Griffith needs to get up, build his base, build your base. He needs to get up to both knees. Now Beckman takes it the other way. Griffith rolls through. That's good. Good roll through by Griffith. Beckman trying to adjust, and he does. And he's got the back points, and boy, I thought he had it tight enough for a fall there. Now he may. 25 seconds. See if Holden can stay off his back for 25 seconds. Oh, now he lifts his arm off the mat. Boy, Beckman crowd is like, give me the fall, and he gets the fall. So Holden Griffith got the opportunity to wrestle for a true second, but not able to pull it off. He ends up placing third. Not too bad. Not too bad of an effort for Holden Griffith today. Third place at the sectional wrestling tournament here at 106 pounds. And we move on. And we're going to have Colin Fischels out there on the mat. I believe they said there's either 5 or 6 true second place matches. Try to sort that out here in a little bit, who all those people are. We got Colin Fischel's out there right now. Colin Fischel's is wrestling Ethan Schmitz of Waterloo Columbus. So Fischel's and Ethan Schmitz out there on the mat right now for that that true second situation. All right, no points so far. Minute 44 left. They go out of bounds. So now we had a team score change. Independence 236. So I think those are probably the roughly 20 points that that were taken out. So Independence will still get a sectional championship out of this. But an unfortunate event there at 285. Coaches tried to argue. I think even Denver would argue that it was not a flagrant thing. It's, Colin Fischel's with the headlock, but he got rolled through immediately and gives up the first 2 points in this match. So now Fischel's battling out of the legs. 1:15 left in the first period. I think even the Denver coaches would argue that the whole biting thing was not flagrant. They were, and once again, I know it probably doesn't mean much, but they were just kind of laughing about it on the side. Everybody knew it didn't. It was just a kind of a freaky thing. The kid's hand went up in our mouth, and we clamped down on it. And I don't know if that's just a situation. If Austin was trying to get a stand up and an escape at the time. And maybe he's just gritting his teeth trying to get that stand up, and the kid's fingers happen to be in the way in her mouth. So, there's Colin Fischel's now. He's in that down position. Opponent's got the legs in, but Fischel's has the head. He may be able to pull him up over top. And if he can keep that head, he may be able to stack him up over top of it. Keep your hips up, though, Colin. Keep your hips up. If we could improve that just a little bit, we were in good shape to roll him up in a ball and possibly pin him. 24 seconds left in the first period. Fischel's behind 2-0. He's in the down position. They get a new start. Stand-up tripod situation here for Fischel's. Waterloo Columbus drops over top with the cradle. It's a false cradle. Fischel's block it. Needs to block that cradle. He's got the arm out. Block. Use your arm to block. We had everything. He had a false cradle, and Waterloo Columbus took it the direction we wanted to take it. He had it blocked. All we had to do was stay wide. It should have been a reversal, and Columbus was able to scramble out of it. No points scored. Want that one back. We should have stopped Columbus right there on his back, as he did exactly what you didn't want to do in that situation. He rolled through that cradle when we're going to get some back points here, though. Colin Fischel's with the leg in and back points, right at just an ankle pick and into a leg turk. Now he's got a half. He got it buried. Call it. I don't know what we want for falls today. What do we want for falls? All three of these referees are just being so conservative with the falls today. We have had this fall. Come on. Sorry, I don't complain about referees very often. I do everything I can do to not complain about a referee. And we finally get it. Once again, I apologize. I don't like to criticize the referees, but somewhere there must have been a notice put out to be really stingy on the falls, because it's been a battle getting them today. Hey, but guess what? Colin Fischel's is going to be a district qualifier. Nice job, Colin Fischel's. It was Tevin Redding, the winner at 120 pounds, and Colin Fischel's is going to follow him. To districts next week at Independence. And we got the third true second match out here with Jacob Wolf at 126. Jacob Wolf was wrestling Cale Kruger. Kruger in on a single leg. Wolf fighting it off with everything he's got. Kruger dumps him down to his hip and gets the 2. So Jacob Wolf behind 2-0. Now Kruger comes up over top with the crossface and is looking for a cradle. Now we have to be aware of in this match is Kruger has his left arm, left shoulder is, we know it's hurt, and I was actually kind of surprised he finished his finals match. It was just didn't look good there for a while. So Kruger out there for Denver Tripola and Jacob Wolf. Jacob Wolf 28-19 for Independence, a senior, and Kruger from Denver Tripola, a freshman, 23-3 on the season. Wolf picks up the escape on the edge of the map, 42 seconds left. They've got the second period on the scoreboard, but it's not the second period. Jacob gives up a takedown. Want that one back. Shouldn't have given that one up. He had got his feet stuck in the mat. All he had to do is throw his hips back a little bit and break that, but like I said, just the pressure coming forward got our feet stuck. We're into a sit-out position. See if we can get it. There we go. 13 seconds left. Good job of getting the escape. 4-2 score, so we wanted that escape there at the end. Close the gap just a little bit. Once again, this is a true second match, true second place match. And the end of the first period happens. They got the periods all messed up. It's only the second period. They didn't get that change from the last match. We'll have another true second place match with Tanner Erickson Dale. He's getting warmed up off to the side. We're going to go both up here at 126 pounds. Both wrestlers are up on their feet at the beginning of the second period now. 4-2 score. Wolf behind 4-2. Long shot by Denver Tripola. Wolf trying to come around behind. Got the head stuffed, but he needs to get behind the arm. Now he's got the ankle. Continue to stuff the head. We'll be in better shape if we keep that head stuffed. Denver wrestler really long arms, long reach, hard to get around behind him. Jacob's still trying to come around behind. 1:32 left. He's got to keep moving, otherwise the referee's going to stalemate it. 4-2. No, now he's getting stuck in the mat, and Denver Tripola walks up in and takes him down. So Jacob, kind of the same thing as last time, let his knees kind of get stuck to the mat. As soon as Denver put pressure forward, we didn't continue to slide away from our opponent. He was pretty fixated on coming around behind and getting the 2 instead of sliding down, creating some space and continuing that motion. So he's now down 6-2 in this match. And there's that shoulder. Well, is it the shoulder? Maybe he's got some blood going. I don't know if it's injury time or... Yeah, he's apparently got some blood going there. I can't tell for sure. So 6-2 score right now. Jacob Wolf behind here in this 126-pound match. We got Tanner Erickson Dale coming up. Erickson Dale coming up at 132, wrestling in a true second place match. And I believe those are the only true second matches that we will have the rest of the way out. All right, we're heading back in there now. Second period, 58 seconds left. Jacob Wolf behind, 6-2. Gets his sit out again. He's good at getting this sit out. He's gotten an escape every single time. He's got no problems in that position, but it's just in this, he's in this front headlock kind of situation, and he gets his feet and his knees stuck into the mat, and his opponent just drives forward, gets a hold of the legs, and And Bulldozes is down for a double leg takedown. We're in that same, well, now we're back up to our feet. And here we are stuck on the mat again. Back up to your feet. Needs to circle up out. 23 seconds left. Boy, we've had some opportunities here. Hoping we can get the opportunity. We just got to keep coming at him. We've had several opportunities to score points here. It just hasn't gone our way yet. 6-2 score. 15 seconds left in the second period. Final 5 seconds. Both wrestlers up on their feet. And we aren't going to get any change here at the second period, so we'll see whose choice it is here. Coach Doyle has something to say. Wondering about the score right now. Maybe they didn't get an escape. There we go. Yeah. Good catch. Good catch by Coach Doyle. I missed that one as well. Okay, so we are going to go with Jacob Wolf in the down position here in the third period, and this is where we want to be. We've had a fairly easy sit-outs to escape so far. Denver Tripola comes up over top, gets high. Oh, he's coming up over top of us again in a cradle, and all we got to do is slip out, get out and get the escape, get the 2. All right. Got the reversal, so 6-5 score right now. I don't know what's going on with if he got hit in the head or. Not sure what's going on here. He's kind of holding his head. I can't tell if it's blood time now or, the 2 matches I've seen with this wrestler on the mat. We've had this happen in both matches. He's had shoulder, he's had blood time, he's kind of like holding his head a little bit. I can't really tell exactly what's going on with him. He has mouthpiece issues. He's putting that back in his mouth. He's done the mouthpiece already. So this is one of those cases where I know we've seen it in some of these matches. Sometimes you start using that mouthpiece as some defense a little bit. If that mouthpiece, if that thing comes out of your mouth during the match, the referee will stop that. It's kind of like a safety device, a lot like the headgear, so I don't know. It's just what we just seen it happen before and just kind of look for it, see. I tell you what, Jake might just want to cut him loose. 6-5 score, 1:08 left in the third period. Stall call on the bottom, so Denver gets the stall call. I don't know, Jake. I would just cut him loose. Now we're in a little bit of a scrambled position. He's just hanging on to a leg, so Denver Tripola trying to do a spladle now. We're just hanging on. We need to cut him. We need to get back in a good position. We're going to maybe give up a reversal here, which is just what we don't want to do. We need a stalemate. Hang on. Good. Stalemate. Cut him loose. Just cut him. Oh, we're going to keep riding him out. I don't know. I just don't know. Now we got an injury default. 20 seconds left. We got another injury time. I hope we're running injury time here. We got to have some injury time running. I wish I knew what the injury time situation was. I don't understand. He's got a messed up shoulder. This is the same thing. He did this in the last match as well. It's 6-5 right now with 21 seconds left. We need to get this sorted out. So what are we doing here? Boy, we got 3 referees. You'd think we could figure this out. Oh, we get our choice. Since he stopped it, we get our choice, and we get to go down since he stopped it because of the injury time. Jake gets to pick his spot, and he gets the escape, and gets the almost 2. There's 2. And that was crazy. So because we stopped the match based. Oh, he only gets the escape. So Denver, because he stopped the match on an injury, Jake got to pick a spot, got to pick a place to be. Slide down, don't dig your feet in. So now we're up on our feet. Jake Wolf trying to cow catch her over, but he didn't have the head, and now Denver's gonna walk in. He's gonna walk in and control her hips. And get the 2. Oh, we had the escape takedown, but the assistant referee called it off. And so it's going to be 126. Jacob Wolf is going to end up finishing 3rd. And Kruger's 2nd. And oh, that's unfortunate. That was a good battle at the end. Team score 241 to 215. Coaches are trying to argue the assistant referee calling it off. And Mangold out there now for West Delaware against Tanner Erickson-Dale here at 132. So Mangold for taking an injury default in the finals match. Looks pretty healthy to me. So we kind of knew that's what they were doing. If he did have an injury, he used it to essentially get out of that finals match, and he's going to take his chances here in this true second place match at 132. Jacob Wolf, we want that match back. Had the escape and takedown. Would have had that thing won 8-6, and the assistant referee stepped in and took the points off the board. They got a new start in overtime, and Denver Tripolo was able to get the takedown. .105 left in the first period, and no points scored so far. Tanner Erickson-Dale on the mat, Mangold in on a single leg. And takedown right on the edge of the mat for Mangold. So Mangold goes ahead 2-0. 2-0 here at 132 pounds. Once again, this is the final true second place match for Independence. We won't have any others. Trying to catch my breath after that Jacob Wolf match. Boy, thought we had that. Thought we had that in the bag. All right, 24 seconds left in the first period here at 132. Tanner Erickson-Dale behind 2-0. Let's see if he can get some fireworks going. Now he's fighting off a chicken wing here with 4 seconds left. And no points scored, so 2-0 score. Beginning of the second period, Erickson-Dale going to start in the top position. Down 2-0 right now. Mangold, a freshman for West Delaware, 32-13. Erickson-Dale, a junior for Independence, 30-21. Tanner doing a pretty good job in the top position so far. Got an assistant referee in my way. I can't see too much. He's got the cradle hooked up, but what's he going to do with it? Oh, now West Delaware's got the arm out. This is going to turn into a scramble here, so Tanner just needs to... I was going to say needed to hold steady, but lost the grip, and West Delaware picks up the reversal. So Erickson-Dale behind 4-0. That's just one of those situations. Erickson-Dale had a nice cradle hooked up, but you could just tell he wasn't quite sure where he was going to go with it. Wasn't quite sure how to finish that move off, and especially when you look up to the coaches to try and decide where to go with it, that's never a good sign. You know, I'll say it again, Mangold for injury defaulting out of the finals match. I'm not sure what the injury was. So, little things like that don't equate to love in my eyes. I don't understand not quite sure what that was all about. So 4-0 score in the third period, 1:42 left. Both wrestlers are up on their feet now. We're going to have to get something happening here on our feet for Tanner Erickson-Dale. Okay, down to 1:30. 1:30 left in the third period. 4-0 score. Erickson-Dale behind right now at 1:32. Going to have to try to find a little bit of offense on his feet. This is where seen him enough this season. Let's get that fireman's carry going. Front headlock position right now, both up on their feet, but out of bounds. Back in the middle of the mat. Tanner's doing a good job of pushing, doing a good job of moving forward. Just not really able to get anything going forward with some offense to it as well. It's one thing to move forward, it's another thing to move forward with some offense in mind, with some technique in mind. Down under a minute now in the third period. 4-0, Erickson-Dale behind. There's that Mangold just hanging on to that Russian tie. So I can tell he's gonna go to that. Gonna hang on to Erickson-Dale's right arm. So he's got the inside wrist. Just kind of trying to tie us up right now, making sure. And yeah, it's the Mangold's just holding our left wrist. Just holding our left wrist away from our body. And if he's not holding our left wrist, he's going to hang on to the Russian tie on the opposite side. So just trying to tie us up. Got the head in our chest. Take a shot there on the edge of the mat. So he's wrestling, doing what his coaches told him to do. Keep it close and don't get in bad position. And that's what Mangold's going to do. And he's going to pick up a 6-0 win because of the attempted headlock. And lost a point because after the headlock he came down with the forearm. So 6-1 score there, third place then for Tanner Erickson-Dale. And that'll wrap up the day for Independence Wrestling. Kind of go through all the weight classes now. At 106, Holden Griffith had an opportunity in a true second place match, but why do I have third? He got second. My fault. Holden Griffith with a second place finish at sectionals, and Holden Griffith is going to move on at 106 pounds. He's a district qualifier for Independence next week, so congratulations to him. Did a great job in that true second match. At 113 pounds, Jarrett Orr placed second. He will move on to the district tournament. At 120, Colin Fischels, another winner in those true second matches. He places second at 120 pounds. He moves on to districts. At 126, Jacob Wolf lost a heartbreak match in this true second match. Lost a heartbreaker, placing third at 126. 132, Tanner Erickson-Dale just lost a really tough match as well in the true second place match. So he places third at 132. At 138, Drew Davis was the sectional champion at 138, a 4-3 win in the finals. Seth House placed third at 145 pounds. At 152, Luke House is going to be a district qualifier at 152, placing second. At 160, Jake Jewell did what he had to do here at 160, moving on to the district tournament. 170, Nick Holt was a champion at 170, a 3-1 win in the finals over Coy Russell of West Delaware. Elliott Ryan had a nice win in the finals at 182, kept things under control and had a good match. So Elliott Ryan, sectional champion, moves on to districts. At 195, Matt McMillan lost to the number 1 rated Isaac Schiedenhelm of Denver Tripola. Had some better stuff happen at the end of that match. Tried to get himself going forward, and like I said, I mentioned it at the time, needs to replay that low single leg that he got a hold of, and really almost had that thing, had it up in the air and almost had a score off of it. So he needs to use that and stay positive and know that he can hang with those guys. He escaped from him every time without much of a problem, so we got that covered. So 195, Matt McMillan places second and will be a district qualifier. Hunter Crawford with the win. 220 was wide open. A whole bunch of just very equal records. None of them stellar records, and that's not to take anything away from any of them, but in most cases you get a top 2 seeds. They come in with 33-5 or 40-2 records, but we had everybody sitting at about a 25-15 record, somewhere close to that, and a couple guys that were under 500. But hey, Hunter Crawford comes in 19-14, a sophomore, youngest guy in the bracket. He walks away with the win, 13-10. Hunter Crawford, a sectional champion as a sophomore. He goes on to districts. And at 285, I'm not sure how this is all going to play out at 285. I do not know for sure if he is simply completely removed from the tournament and Caleb Zieser moves in on his place because of that flagrant misconduct. I'm just not sure. I do know the points are gone. Those points have been taken away. We had a flagrant misconduct by Austin Larkin. We got opponent's hand came up in our face, and apparently we bit down on his fingers. Denver Trappola was laughing about it, so I don't think it was anything intentional, but I don't know for sure what that's going to mean for moving on. As a matter of fact, I'm going to check that out real quick, see what's happening here. 1 second. Okay, so we just got that all sorted out. So Austin Larkin with flagrant misconduct loses all the points, will not advance, and he cannot come back and wrestle again until state duels, should Independence qualify for state duels. So that's how it shakes out at 285 pounds. So we lost the points that he had for us, although the team score is still at 241 to 218. So we will go on to win sectionals, I believe, and we will wrestle at the regional duels in Independence next Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. But we will not have Larkin in the lineup that night. He will not get to wrestle at the district tournament, so that means West Delaware's Zeser at 285 will move into second place. And so we won't see Austin Larkin on the mat again unless we get to the state dual tournament. At that point in time, he can come back into our lineup. So that's a big blow at 285. So that's where we're at, and that's how the day is going to finish up. Independence is going to win a sectional title over Denver Trappola. Sorry, I'm watching another match there. Independence is going to win a sectional title over Denver Trappola, and if we count them up, Independence has 1, 2, count with me, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 district qualifiers. So not a bad day for Independence Wrestling. 10 district qualifiers moving on next week to Independence. So that's how the day is going to wrap up. I'm going to go ahead and let it go. I will be with you again next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, we will have the regional dual qualifier at Independence. Independence will be wrestling there. We don't know the opponents yet, so we'll be broadcasting next Tuesday. It'll be an audio stream only again. So next Tuesday and next Saturday we'll be at the district tournament, which will also be held at Independence. Start time is at noon. So we'll see you in the next week, a couple times next week, next Tuesday, next Saturday. And I hope you can join us again for some more Independence Wrestling. Thanks a lot for listening today, and we're going to let it go. Independence with a sectional championship and 10 qualifiers moving on to districts. Thanks a lot, and have a great day, everyone.